Hello, Frozies! McFrozen Nuggets here, coming to you with another video, and today I'm actually going to be finally, and I'm legit saying finally, doing my review of the Imperial Armored Marauder from LEGO Star Wars The Mandalorian. Obviously, at this point, this set is coming up on 3 years old now. I just haven't really had a chance to do it, and I've kind of been putting it off for a little while, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna finally get around to reviewing some of these sets that I promised a long while back. I decided to do this one first, especially because unfortunately Carl Weathers passed away, and this was the this is currently the most recent set that you could get him in. It's also the easiest one you could get him in, as the only other time he was ever in a set was the Razor Crest, which was an Amazon exclusive, and that thing was $130, whereas this was $40. So I was like, you know what? I'll do this review, especially just to pay tribute to him. Plus, I seriously hope, and I think that would be cool, I do hope to get a figure of Cara Dune, maybe off of Bricklink. I'll actually put a picture right here, because then I can have both her and Greef together, like we saw in Mando Season 2. And plus, both Carl Weathers and Gina Carano in real life were actually really good close friends. So anyway, let's take a look at the box first. And here is the box. Obviously, yes, this is from 2021. It's got the white background with Din Djarin, aka the Mandalorian himself, up there. Got the artillery trooper off to the left, a stormtrooper off to the right, and then Greef coming out of the hatch on the top. And obviously, this is ages 8+. I would technically say 8 to 14. 75311 is the set number, and it has 478 pieces. We got Greef Kargas himself, spoiling the actual size reference, and then on the back, we got the stormtroopers basically in around it, and then Greef kind of attacking it. Even though the artillery trooper is in this set, he wasn't actually in this scene from episode 4 of Season 2. But it's still nice that we actually got him in this set. And we also do get one instruction booklet, which has about a 98-page build, 102 if you go all the way to the back here. And we've got some of the other Mandalorian Season 2 sets that came out in 2021. Next one will be the Slave 1 for me. And we got the figures from the summer 2021 lineup. There's the ones from the Duel on Mandalore and the Mandalorian Starfighter, as well as the Slave 1, which, again, I will review soon enough. And we also got the figures from the Mandalorian Forge, the Havoc Marauder, and the Imperial Light Cruiser. Blanked on the name for a second there. And there's an advertisement for LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, which at the time of this set, it was not out yet. It didn't come out until early 2022, because they obviously wanted to work on it long enough to make it the best possible LEGO Star Wars game ever. So now on to the minifigs. I'll actually start off with the artillery trooper first. I actually really like this guy. Definitely really nice, different variant of the classic Imperial Stormtrooper. I know some people still complain about the big helmets. Personally, I don't really mind them too much. Yes, I do find it a little bit annoying that you can't really turn the helmet. But I'm like, you guys weren't really complaining with the snowtrooper helmets not being able to move. It's the original mold, as well as the newer mold that they came out with in 2014. Just saying. There's the yellow pauldron. There's the backpack with 2 white lightsaber hilts. Definitely really nice getting those in white. Obviously, as this guy actually has a backpack, you can actually turn the helmet. And underneath, we got the face that was first used for Superman and Lex Luthor in the DC superhero sets. And obviously, it's definitely way better than the clone head on these guys. Take off the pauldron and the backpack. There is the back printing. Really nice back printing there. Seriously wish we got we got fabric accessories like this for our troopers again, not just the stormtroopers, but also the clone troopers. Yeah, cough cough. Lego, take some notes. He actually didn't. He actually didn't come with a weapon that he can hold, so I just simply gave him a this blaster rifle, so he could actually use, so he could actually have something. Because what he actually does come with is the mortar, which I will say, despite being a very simple build, it's actually really nice. It does look like it does in the show. So there is the mortar trooper. You also get 2 of the classic Imperial Stormtroopers. Actually, these guys actually have gunmetal blasters because I wanted to differentiate them from the ones that have the clone heads, so I won't get confused. And actually, one thing I do wish was different on these guys, there's the back of them, by the way, is mainly just because of the fact that LEGO's kind of using female heads and black heads because the George Lucas was basically based the Empire off of Nazi Germany, so this wouldn't really fit because they were obviously against diversity and whatnot. But maybe if I can possibly find some more heads similar to like this, and then got another one over here. This is from one of the TIE fighters, and this. Maybe I'll swap these 2 out, and then I'll use them for the rebels, since they actually stood for stuff like diversity and whatnot. I know a lot of people are gonna be pissed at me for saying that, but hey, that's what George Lucas said, not me. So deal with it. And no, this trooper also does not come with one of this little Technic piece. It's just simply so I'll know that this is the. I almost knocked this over. The female one. So yeah, and now for the last figure, which is Greef Kargas. Obviously, again, this is his appearance from Season 2 of The Mandalorian, as opposed to Season 1. I personally actually really like his appearance in Season 2 better here as a figure. But I really hope we'll get him in his Magistrate outfit from Season 3. Because as of right now, because I think that will definitely be the best look for Greef Kargas, easily. But again, so far we don't have an official LEGO figure for that variant. So right now, this one is my favorite. And I will say, he actually does really look like Carl Weathers, if I'm being honest. Once again, rest in peace to that legend. He's got the same hairpiece as Finn from The Force Awakens. And he only has a single-sided face, but he does have back printing on the torso, as you kind of saw earlier. Oddly enough, his Season 1 appearance from the Razor Crest does have a double-sided face. So yeah, those are all the figures for the set. Now let's take a look at the actual build. Okay, so here's the actual Armored Marauder. And we'll say, when I first got it, I absolutely loved it. And I actually still do to this day, if I'm being honest. Definitely really rugged. Really has that sort of feeling of the Empire being really, really fragmented after the event, 5 years after the events of Return of the Jedi. And even though, obviously, as we saw in Mando Season 2, we saw Greef Kargas as well as Cara Dune. You know, Cara is obviously played by Gina. We saw Greef Kargas, Cara Dune, and the Mithril actually hijack one of these things. I just mainly use it for the stormtroopers that we not only get in the set, but also some of the other ones I have. I actually do have the other 3 that I have that don't have any of the clone faces. First, I'll actually show you the features before I put everyone inside. You get a little hatch up top where you can actually sit one of them to where they can, like, actually stand and, like, shoot any rebels or enemies or whatnot. That's definitely really nice. You can maybe try to get them to sit down, but it would be really, really difficult to get them to sit down. there's an opening hatch right here where you can actually fit 2 troopers inside. It is actually going to be a little bit of a tight squeeze in there. I'm actually gonna get 2 of the others that I have over here. Just see if I can actually do it on camera here. Okay, so that's 1, and that's, yeah, it can be a little hard to get them in there because this is really the only spot where this is really the only way you can actually get in there. So that's actually cool. There are 2 doors right here where you can actually open on both sides. There's a little blaster on this side that rotates really nicely, and it's the same on the other side. Yeah, this one was a little. This is acting a little weird for some reason. There's also some cargo crates right back here. Kind of hard to get in there, but you can get in there. Nothing inside that one. I think there's something in the other crate on the other side. Let me see. It's been a while since I've touched this, so yeah, these things can be a bit of a pain in the ass to get out. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe it was the 2023 TIE Bomber that I was thinking of. It had something inside. So, close. Oh yeah. To close this back up properly, you gotta flip this bottom part up, and then close this. Like so. And there's a spinning a moving turret back here with a couple of stud shooters. This is the older kind, before they made those new ones in 2022. But they obviously function the same way, where you push on the levers and they fire. I still personally don't really mind them too much, but I do understand why people prefer the newer ones, because they just blend in a little bit more seamlessly with the designs of the vehicles and whatnot. I'm trying to find that other stud. You know, I think I'll just see if I can find it after the review here. You can open this up, and you can actually set a trooper inside here. I'll actually get this one. It's actually the female one. Sit her in there, and then you can actually see the trooper looking out there. And then coming back here to the front, there are 2 more stud shooters on either side here. You can also open this up to get into the cockpit. Now, obviously, this isn't accurate to the show. There were actually 3 seats, but obviously, for the sake of the set, there's only 1. Which is fine by me. Nice little print control panel here. And then there is a spot for the driver, which, again, I'll just use another stormtrooper. Put him right there. And then, bam. You can actually kind of see him looking out. And if you're wondering why it's so easy for this thing to glide on my carpet, the reason why is because it has some of these like little dome pieces that actually allow it to kind of slide on surfaces like carpet fairly easily, which I definitely really like. I've always loved that with LEGO sets that have this kind of feature. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the Imperial Armored Marauder. Actually get the artillery trooper back in here. Give him the rifle. Yeah, in case you were wondering why I had him standing on this place, because he's very back heavy, so It was a way for him to actually stand properly. Yeah, that's the black dude. Black guy magic. Those who know where that's from, write in the comments. Meant to be a little dig at Disney. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the review of the Imperial Armored Marauder. Oh, there's a missing stud. So like I say, I hope you enjoyed my review of this. I know it's super late. I know the set's already retired by now, but I just wanted to get it down and out, especially because of the unfortunate passing of Carl Weathers. So I just felt it was very appropriate, and plus, it does kind of show my support for Gina Carano and her lawsuit against Disney and Lucasfilm. And like I said, Carl Weathers was one of her closest friends and showed support for her. So yeah, hopefully I can get more LEGO Star Wars reviews down and out very soon. Again, next one up is definitely going to be the Slave One. I hope to review the 2022 Snowtrooper Battle Pack, Obi-Wan's Jet Starfighter from Attack of the Clones, and then I hope to review the Spider Tank from Mando Season 3, as well as the Ahsoka's Clone Trooper Battle Pack, and also the TIE Bomber, both of which I got from the Spider Tank, TIE Bomber, and Ahsoka Battle Pack were all of which I got for Christmas of 2023. So yeah, as usual, love how he froze to death, and of course, do not forget, in honor of Jesse Ridgway, to keep you rigid. And by the way, one other thing, I hope you'll also be keeping a very close eye out for more gameplay from Nick All-Star Brawl 2, because I definitely got a shit ton of footage for all the times I've been playing that game with my friends on Discord. Whoo!